Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm gonna do something, I guess, a little different. I don't know, but I want to talk about my birth control experience or experiences because I've been on almost every method they have except for tying my tubes and getting the Implanon or Nexplanon, the one they put right in your arm right here. And I don't plan on trying any of those because I am done trying new birth controls. Like maybe when I'm 35 I will get my tubes tied, but the Nexplanon, Implanon, no, not trying that, not necessary. But I wanted to do this video because when I was researching people's personal experiences, you know, what they thought about the birth control that I was planning on going on, and sadly I didn't find many. This video is not to persuade anyone or glorify birth control, and I'm not trying to scare anyone out of birth control either, because you can use birth control for so many other things besides preventing pregnancies. But for me, that is what I use it for, is to prevent pregnancies. You may know from the vlogs I have two beautiful girls ages 6 and 3, show before next month, and they are one of the best things that has ever happened to me. Even though we did have them at a very young age, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would not change anything about my life right now. I'm not crying, my eye is super itchy. You may think, well, why do you put yourself through all that? Like, through all those birth controls, why not just stop? Me and my husband are not ready for another baby. You know, maybe in the future we will have another one, but right now we're just taking things slow, enjoying watching our girls grow up. So if you want to know more about my experiences, then just keep watching. From 2010 to 2011, I was on the pill. I believe it was like orthotricycline or orthotricycline low. That little tiny pill that you have to take every single day was a pain in my behind because it made me dizzy. It made me nauseous like all day. And don't you forget that little pill for one day, because that's all you need and you are screwed. And I'm a very forgetful person, so even when I set alarms, if I don't have it right then and there with me, I'll shut the alarm off and then totally like freaking forget about it. So I had gotten off of that because I was like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. It's ridiculous. And in 2013, my daughter was born. And right after she was born, I went on the Depo shot. And I had talked with my doctor about the pill, and like I didn't even know there was a patch at this time in 2013. I don't know when the patch came out, but my doctor did not even mention that to me. And she talked about my options with the pill, the Depo, and an IUD. And I was like, oh no, not an IUD. Like, that's not gonna happen. I do not want a foreign object in my body for 5 years. Like, to me, that just screams like medical issues for 5 years. And so I was like, okay, I'll try the Depo because I'm not scared of shots. And it's fine because it's every 3 months. It's not like every day or every week. So she stuck it in my bum and I left on my merry way. And this is like, I had postpartum bleeding. Yeah, this is gonna be a TMI video. I had postpartum bleeding and I thought that was normal. Like, it had nothing to do with the shot. It's just because I just had a baby. And turns out it wasn't. For some reason, the shot made me bleed. Like, I got the shot twice because I thought maybe my body just needed to get used to the hormones that she just injected into my body. But I decided to get the second shot, hoping that all the side effects would go away and it would just, you know, calm down over time. No, it didn't, because my bones started hurting, like my fingers and my joints. It hurt to like squeeze stuff like this. It was just aching and my body just felt weak. Also on the Depo, my hair was falling out. I was surprised I wasn't bald. Scratch that. I had like bald spots like right here. Like this was like all the way back, and over here was all the way back, and my hair was just falling off. Like I'd go like that, and then like a whole bunch, like I just cleaned a brush, would come off. Got this big hairball. And the doctor's like, oh, that's okay, you know, that's common. No, it's not okay. Even if it is common, like you're losing your hair and your bones are like so after that second shot, I didn't go back for a third shot, and then I kind of just got off birth control. But we didn't have our youngest until she was conceived 2014, but I gave birth to her in 2015. And again, right after I gave birth, I talked to my doctor about contraceptives, and I told her, I was like, I'm not in any rush. My husband is off in training. He's not going to be back for 6 months, so it's fine. But my dumb butt, I told her, well, you know what, let me do the birth control now so that when he comes back we don't have anything to worry about, and then maybe if I get the Depo that I'll be okay. Like maybe the first one just wasn't good. No, like I'm stupid, and I got the Depo again in 2015, and it was horrible again. My body was aching. I was in so much pain. Like I had really bad mood swings, and I didn't even go for the second shot. I got the first shot and I was like, no, this is not working. So I just got off birth control until me and my husband moved over here to Mississippi, and then I went on the pill again, and I didn't even get the second shot. I was just like, nope, not going through this again. I'm having the exact like side effects that I had the first time I got it, so no, I'm not doing this again. So I got off birth control, and I didn't go back on until my husband came back from training and we moved to Mississippi. And I was like, okay, I need birth control because we haven't been together in 9 months. I guarantee if I don't go on birth control, we're about to have another baby. So I went back on the pill, lower dosage, still dizzy, still nauseous, felt like crap every single day, sad all the time. And then my husband was like, you need to get off this pill, you know, we'll be careful, but this is like, I don't want you feeling like this anymore. So I got off the pill and we had a scare. So I was like, I gotta go on something, this is ridiculous, I'm freaking fertile myrtle. So I went to my doctor, told her the pill was not working out, and then she suggested the patch. And this was in like 2016. The patch is this little sticker. It's a square sticker. It kind of looked like a nicotine patch. That's what everyone thought it was when I had it on my body, because you would put it right here, or you put it like right here, or you can put it on like your lower stomach or like your hip, like your butt area. Like every week you change it on the same day. So week 1 you put it on, week 2 you take a new one out of the box and put it in a different spot, week 3 take another one out, put it on a different spot, and then week 4 you don't put anything on, you take the patch off, and that's when your period comes. And let me tell you, the patch, it decreased like the cramps and the backaches. So it was great, and it was my fault for always forgetting to change it. Like you would think remembering a weekly thing would be easy, but like I said, I'm a very forgetful person. I would have a scare because my period symptoms are also like pregnancy symptoms, and then because my patches are all messed up, my period would be delayed. So I was like, okay, I am going to try out the IUD. So I did a lot of research, and most videos that I've watched were like, it's amazing, I don't have to worry about like any pregnancy scares, and they just insert it once and then you go on your merry way, and sometimes you just forget that you even have it and your partner doesn't feel anything. And I only know 2 people who have been on the IUD, and one has a really good experience, swears by it, and the other said that it was horrible. So it was really tough for me to decide this. And like in the beginning of this video, I said I did not want the IUD because I don't want a foreign object in my body for 5 years. I got it. I went and I got the IUD inserted, and it was painful. I was like, you know what, just a little pain for a little while for a whole 5 years of not having to worry about having a baby. And then if I decided that I did want a baby, like after 2 years, then I could just go to my doctor, get it taken out, and start trying to have a baby. I've got the IUD inserted March 1st, and it is now May 17. And let me tell you, these few months that I've had it were just horrible. My period was a week late, and then I finally got it, and I bled 2 whole freaking weeks. And I'm not talking about a light period, I'm talking about like 3rd day heavy bleeding period. And then I didn't bleed for a whole week. And like all this time that I've been bleeding and not bleeding, like I had pain in my hips and like my pelvis, my lower back. It feels like something's pinching. So I thought, oh my god, it moved. So I called my doctor, told him everything that happened, what I'm feeling, and he said, okay, I'm gonna give you this and a referral for this, and then I want you to go get a pelvic ultrasound. So I scheduled my pelvic ultrasound, and a few days before my pelvic ultrasound, I started bleeding again. Like that 1 week I wasn't bleeding, and then right before my pelvic ultrasound I started bleeding. So I called them. I was like, hey, I need to reschedule because I'm bleeding. And they were like, oh, if you're comfortable with it, then we're comfortable with it. And I'm like, no, I am not comfortable with that. Like, no. So I told them I'll call them back when I'm not bleeding, because I don't know when that is now that my periods are irregular. And before, my periods were like spot on every single month, same day. And they said, okay, that's fine, you know, just give us a call. 3 weeks went by because I bled for 3 weeks. And this time it was slightly lighter, but it was a longer period of time. Right when I stopped bleeding, I called them and I was like, I need a pelvic ultrasound. So they're like, okay, we can get you in the day after tomorrow. And I was like, perfect. So I went and got my pelvic ultrasound done, and I was telling my husband, I was like, they're gonna find something. Like, I'm in a lot of pain all the time. I know they're gonna find something, whether the IUD moved, or I read about ovarian cysts, or just something is wrong down there. I went to get my ultrasounds, and she was doing like the regular ultrasound. I don't know what it's called, like when you're pregnant and they're doing the ultrasound. She would go around, and then she would go this way, and then she'd stop and go back over here, and then she'd like push it in to like get a better view, and then she'd start typing. And I was like, okay, she found something. I was kind of nervous for my results, but I went in thinking the worst. So if she gave me bad news, I was like, okay, I expected that. But then if she didn't give me bad news, then I'd be like, oh, okay, that's not as bad as what I was thinking. So they had called me a few days later. They told me that I had an ovarian cyst that was 3.4 centimeters. That's not that big. I mean, if you kind of think about it, it's the same size as your ovary. That explained why my back was hurting, and I have like all this hip and pelvis pain, and just my stomach's always hurt. I said, okay, so what do we do now? The nurse said that the doctor said my next menstrual cycle should get rid of it, like it should just go away. I don't know how, she didn't explain how, didn't talk to a doctor. That was no help to me because I didn't know when I was gonna have another period. She said if after my next period I'm still in pain, then I need to give them a call so they can do more scans and see if it grew. And they said like a 3 to 5 centimeter cyst is nothing to be worried about, not an emergency, it's common. 5 to 7 centimeter cyst is kind of like, okay, we need to take care of this. Like, cysts can rupture, and that will be painful and very dangerous. So On May 22nd, I have an appointment with my doctor, and I'm going to get this IUD out because it is making my life miserable and I'm in so much pain, and hopefully I don't get another ovarian cyst once I get this out. Hopefully this decision didn't just like cause me a shit ton of future medical problems. I'm just gonna get off birth control for a while. I think my body does need a break. From 2010, I've been on and off birth control. So for 9 years, just on and off. And I had 2 babies within those 9 years. Hopefully we don't get pregnant. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully this kind of helped. But if you have any questions, just drop them below. But with that being said, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye.